Hi, myself Apurva Jyoti. Today we are going to continue the rest of the lesson. There are separate santas for cattle, sheep, and goats are sold. So there are even separate santa. The place will be provided in the santas for placing their cattle like goat, sheep, and all, and they can sell them. There are they are brought from neighboring villages as well as far off places. These cows and all they'll be brought, they are placed here from nearby villages or from far from villages. They'll be bringing in, placing the cattle for selling, or they can purchase there. They Many farmers come here either to sell or buy cattle. So farmers from different villages come and select the cattle what they want, or sometimes they'll be buying or selling also. They take the help of brokers by paying them commission. Means they'll be paying some amount to the middlemen brokers, and they'll be selling the products. Nearly three-fourths of the traders in Santalu are women. So the santas which are arranged, in that santas more than three-fourths of the traders, the person who will be selling the vegetables and all, are women only. Selling goods in Santalu is the traditional business for many traders. So it's a traditional business for many persons who will be selling the vegetables and all. This means that their families have been doing the business for many generations. Means from their forefathers they'll be doing the same type of business. So it became a traditional business for them. Some places in santas are reserved for a specific trade. So in santas places will be allotted, I said you. So those places are registered for specific purpose, like for vegetables. In that vegetable section only vegetables have to sell, like that. Most of the traders plan weekly cycles for their santas. Suppose they'll be planning the schedule, timetable. Monday I have to go to this santa, like that they'll be planning their timetable. No person of different trade can come and set up a shop in that place. Suppose some other person suddenly is coming and telling that I have a right in on this place, I'll set up santa here. No, he don't have that right. First he have to get registered. uh, this means that they have most of the trade this means that they set up shops in different Santalu once a week. Means once in a week, like Monday if they are placing their vegetables in Monday market, Tuesday some other place they'll be placing. Following a definite plan like Indra, the dry chili trader. They decide their routes according to their convenience. Means based on their convenience, Monday where to place the santa, Tuesday where to go, like that they'll be planning their timetable. Small traders selling agricultural goods, particularly perishable such as fruits and vegetables, face difficulties similar to that of Gauri. Like the small traders, like perishable goods like fruits and vegetables, the person who is selling, they'll be facing lot of problems, because if more customers are not purchasing their product, the goods like vegetables and all, they get spoiled easily, they get perishable, right? So small traders who are selling agricultural goods, they face many problems. Since their residents are far away from Santa, they have to sell all the goods they have purchased from the wholesale market. So the people who will be staying far from the village, far from Santas, from other villages, they'll be coming and placing, right? So they have to sell all their goods which they have to sell by that day. If not, they get spoiled. They do not earn good income. Otherwise they have to carry them home, paying additional transport expenses. Yes, if they are not been completed with the goods, if they did not sell all the goods, they have to carry them to the home. Again they have to spend money on those goods, they have to travel, the right transportation charges will be increased. Since they do not have storage facility, the goods may perish, and they may have to sell them at low prices than the cost price. Yes, if they are taking back those products home, they don't have cold storages and all. The goods may get perished or ripen. Then what happens? We may ask them to sell the products at low prices. They have no chance. They'll be selling at low prices and they'll be facing all the loss. Beside regular traders like Indra, farmers and vegetable growers of nearby villages also come to Santa to sell their produce. Not only these small traders, farmers directly they come from the village and they sell their products in the Santas. In this way, Santas are an important means by which the daily needs of the people are fulfilled and a large number of small traders, laborers and transporters get their livelihood. Yes, if santas are not there, from where do we get these vegetables and all? Because we can't travel, right? We have a very busy life. So these small traders and all, they are getting the products door near our doorsteps or near to us and they are selling the products. By this, small traders, laborers are also earning their livelihood. They are earning some income. Raitu Bazaars in Telangana. Most agricultural goods like grains and pulses are sold directly to the wholesale merchants. Small traders buy these goods from them to sell them to the consumers. However, there are few markets in which the producers directly sell their goods to. So here most agriculture goods which are there like grains, pulses are sold directly to the wholesale merchants. The farmers they themselves sold the products to the wholesale merchants. Small traders buy these goods from them to sell. So small traders like small kirana shops and all they purchase these goods from the wholesaler to sell those products to us like customers, final consumers. However, there are few markets in which the producer directly sell their goods. So there are few markets where the producer directly sell means the farmer directly sells the goods to the trade like this wholesalers or to the shops or to the consumer like the farmer he himself places santa. Raitu Bazaar is one such market. So Raitu Bazaar is nothing but farmer he himself gets the product what he produced and he will be selling to us consumers. We interviewed Ram Gopal, a farmer in a Raitu Bazaar. Expects from the interview experts from the interview are given below. So one of the farmer like Ramagopal, he have given an interview. Let us see what he have given. When did you start coming to the bazaar, to this bazaar? The interviewer started asking. Experts from the interview are asking him. I started coming to this bazaar in the year 2003. So Ramagopal started coming to this Raitu Bazaar from 2003. My neighbors have been coming here from since 2000. So his near neighbors who are there, they are coming from the year 2000, but he is coming from 2003. Can only farmers like you sell in Raitu Bazaar? Only farmers can sell the products in the Raitu Bazaar? The interviewer is questioning. Let us see what Ram Gopal have answered. Initially, government officers related to this bazaar came to our village. We were issued a photo identity card containing our name, address, produce, grains, extent of land, etc. So, starting would happen. Government officers they went to their village and they started issuing identity cards mentioning their name, address, what products they'll be selling, and all they have been mentioned there, and what how much land they have. Only a person with a valid photo identity is allowed to enter Raitu Bazaar. So to enter Raitu Bazaar, they need to have an identity card, photo valid, that to valid photo identity card they have to have to sell their produce. Stalls in the bazaar are allotted to the sellers daily on a first come first serve basis. So whoever reach first they'll be allotted with the place, but they have to have valid photo uh, card, means ID card they need to have. Although it is meant only for farmers, I also found one or two millers and women traders from self-help group putting up their own stalls. So he's telling, though it is for farmers, few of them I have seen, few of them like women traders who are from self-help group or millers, they are also putting their produce and selling them here. While millers produce paddy from us, so from them the millers will be purchasing paddy and they'll be removing that outer layer. Self-help group, women from self-help group traders sell vegetables which are cultivated in our district. So from our district, whatever the vegetables are there, they'll be purchasing, and the self-help group people will be selling the vegetables there. Do you pay any rent to sell your produce? No, but millers and self-help group traders pay rent for their premises. So these Raitus, they do not pay any rent for the place allotted to them. But self-help group, women traders and these millers were there, they have to pay rent for the premises, for the place they have been allotted. How did you start coming to Raitu Bazaar? So how did you start? Who said you about this Raitu Bazaar? Earlier, I used to take my produce to a wholesale market. Since I have no control on the price, I had to sell it at the price fixed by the wholesaler. Many a times, I had to sell vegetables at throwaway price, not even covering the expenses I incurred. So it's telling that before earlier days, when I don't know about this Raitu Bazaars and all, I used to sell my produce to wholesale wholesale market, and there is no control of price. They may take the produce, the product which I have for low prices. I used to get very low income. I didn't meet the expenses, means whatever I spent, I did not get that amount also. I always used to incur losses, means I used to have losses. Raitu Bazaar is a big relief for farmers like me. He's telling, if Raitu Bazaars are there, it is helpful for the farmers like me. I found that farmers like me come here from 10 to 15 villages, but we do not have enough space to store our vegetables. It is helpful for us. These Raitu Bazaars are helpful to farmers. They'll from 10 to 15 villages, farmers will be coming here and they'll be selling the produce, but we don't have enough space to store them. We don't have proper facilities to store them, he's telling. How are prices fixed for your produce? So how will you produce prices, cost for your produce, whatever you have produced for that? The prices for bazaar products is fixed daily in the morning by the officer in the consultation with a committee of 3 members set up for the purpose. So the officer, government officer with the committee, 3 or 4 members will be sitting and they'll be deciding the prices for the products in the Raitu Bazaar. The principle is that the price should be around 25% more than the wholesale price and 25% less than the retail price. So it's telling that the price will be fixed that 25% amount is more than the wholesale price and less than 25% than the retail price, because from the wholesaler, these retailers, kirana shops and all will be purchasing them and they'll be selling to us for more cost, no? So 25% should be more than the wholesale price and 25% less than the retail price. Do you think our customers are happy in the Raitu Bazaar? Your customers are happy in the Raitu Bazaar? Yes, they get not only fruits and vegetables but also many other essential edible items like pulses, tamarind, dry chilies, edible oils in this bazaar. So they are happy. As the customers are getting different products in one Santa, one Raitu Bazaar, they are happy. They get these at reasonable prices, means affordable. They can pay amount for those prices. They can purchase them. I grow vegetables, and when I see my customers eagerly bargaining and buying, I cannot express my happiness. So he's saying that I grow vegetables and all. After bringing here, the customers will be coming to me. They'll be eagerly bargaining and buying the products. I cannot express my happiness, means I cannot say my happiness in words. I get good returns for my work, hard work, and the customers get full value for their money. Means whatever the hard work I have done, I'll be getting that much amount. I'll be happy for that. I'll be getting good fulfillment, and the customers also get good quality vegetables and all. Means that is equal to the money which they are spending. They have good value for their money. If we were literate, we would have checked on the internet the prices of goods in each bazaar and sold our goods there. So he's telling, if we are educated, we can use internet and we would have checked the cost which have been placed in the bazaars like big bazaar and all. They'll be fixing the prices, no? So we can also check the prices and we can sell them. Do you face any problem while using this bazaars? Yes, sometimes if I come late, it is difficult to get space to sell the vegetables. So he's telling that if suppose one or the other day it takes 1 or 2 hours time for him to reach the this big Raitu Bazaar, then the places are reserved for them. In that situation, he don't have space to sell his produce. So this is his difficulty. I may left with the place in a corner only. So he'll be allotted with the place in the corner where no customer will be interested to go and purchase. There is insufficient space for parking our vehicles, and at times it is also risky. So they don't have parking places and all. It will be risky for them. I do find people in the guise of farmers coming to sell. So like farmers, they'll be uh, dressing up like farmers, and they'll be coming, other people will be coming and selling vegetables in the bazaar. Also the farmers from distant places are not able to benefit from these markets. So even the farmers who are coming from different places are not able to benefit these from these. Means such type of market, they are not helpful for those farmers who are coming from far from the villages, because they don't have space to sell their produce. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.